Hey everyone, it's Fitz with the Daily Delivery. I hope you are doing well. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Help us boost that algorithm. We're getting out to more and more people. It's a wonderful thing. And it's Saturday, so it's time for On the Line with Fitz as I continue my rampage through my Big 12 picks. Had my worst week so far this season, I think it was. I went 3-2. And I got to tell you something here, folks. That surprised me a little bit. I thought I was going to totally trash last week, but here it is, 25-10-1. If you throw out the push there, I'm at 72%. I'll take it. But remember, these are for entertainment purposes only. We're picking on the latest line from our selected casino out in Las Vegas that we're using, and make sure you only bet things that you can lose, because these are my picks and it could go south at any minute. Now, let me move on to this week's games with the listing. There's been a little confusion here about what exactly I'm showing you here. This is simply a list of games with favorites listed first. This doesn't reflect my picks. My picks are reflected in what I tell you in the video. Okay? It's that simple. And I've added a fourth slide here at the end so we can recap those picks, so there's no confusion about what I'm doing here. And let's get started with this week's games. Oklahoma plays host to Iowa State. Oklahoma, what happened? Iowa State, what happened last week? These two teams are coming off shocking losses. Neither one of them expected it to happen, although Baylor's pretty darn good. We'll get to the Bears in a little bit. They did beat Oklahoma in Waco. Now Iowa State, coming off a loss to Texas Tech, has to play OU, and I'm going to go with OU. Straight up, I think OU's going to win this by more than 4 points. I don't feel great about this pick, but I don't think Iowa State's going to be up for this. They're kind of coming apart at the seams. So many guys came back to play a super senior season, and it ain't been super for them so far. At 6-4, Iowa State is teetering on the brink of disaster, and I think they lose to Oklahoma to drop to 6-5. But I won't be surprised if I'm wrong on that. Oklahoma State goes to Texas Tech. They're a road favorite. I don't like this game at all either. I really don't, because Texas Tech's coming off that win over Iowa State. The Red Raiders right now are completely unpredictable. It's a night game in Lubbock. That is something to experience if you've never done it. Wow. But I think Oklahoma State runs away with this. I think Oklahoma State has emerged as clearly the best team in the conference. Yes, they do have a conference loss, but they're not going to screw it up on the road in Lubbock right before they play Oklahoma. I've got the Cowboys in this. TCU, 21-point favorite over KU in Fort Worth. I called Kansas last week, not an outright win. I'm not that smart, but I thought they would cover because I love Jalen Daniels. I got a little man crush or a quarterback crush on this dude, and now they've pulled the red shirt. You can argue about whether that's smart or not. I don't quite understand, if you're building for the future, why you do that, but maybe they feel like he won't be around, or they're afraid to lose him if they don't play him. Jalen Daniels is under center at TCU. Do I think KU wins back-to-back games? No. Do I think they lose by 21 or more? No. I've got KU with the cover and a loss, but that doesn't really matter. West Virginia plays host to Texas. West Virginia is a 3-point favorite now. At home, Texas, man, you can't get respect. You got to earn it. That's how it works. West Virginia's going to kick your butt. West Virginia needs this win to get bowl eligible, to get closer. Both these teams need 2 wins. Someone's going to be out of a bowl. It's going to be Texas. They could give 2 craps. Kansas State has reduced itself, that sounds horrible, to a pick against Baylor. Now, let's be clear about this. I never understood how K-State opened against Baylor as a favorite, because I really like the Bears. There's a lot to like about Baylor. They're coming off a big win. But K-State has won 4 in a row. K-State is playing at home, and it is going to be a weird 4:30 kick evening game. It's getting dark around here about 5:30 now, and it's going to drop from 60 degrees to about 40 in the course of an hour. Baylor's not going to like it, and you know what else Baylor doesn't like this season? Playing on the road. They've lost their 2 games on the road. Their only wins on the road this year are Texas State and Kansas. Combined, that doesn't count as 1 win in my book. I think K-State pulls this off. And I think it's going to be an incredible game for the Wildcats. I think it's going to be highly entertaining, and they will win it late to get that cover. If you got them early, I think they will cover a couple points. Now let's recap everything I just told you, because so much confusion. I've got Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Kansas, West Virginia, Kansas State on the spread. You can figure all that out. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button at GoPowercat, please. Or at YouTube, please. Just love us. Just love us. That's all we want. I'll talk to you next week.